The antelope suddenly tore the mask from his face. It turned out that, despite being a herbivore, he possessed the fangs of a carnivore, and what's more, he was the new leader of the lion pride. The truth was that he was a hybrid, born from a gazelle and a leopard. And although he looked weak and slender, his methods were more brutal than anyone else's. Even the fierce lion pride, notorious for its savagery, had been obediently tamed by him. The reason for his anger was that during the masquerade party the night before, the lion pride had failed to properly check security, allowing Legosher and the old horse to infiltrate. Although he shot Legosher at the time, the body later disappeared without a trace. To find Legosher and whoever was backing him, the lions kidnapped the girls who had helped them enter the party. But no matter how much the lions pressured and interrogated them, the two girls kept repeating the same sentence over and over. They thought they were going to die there. But to their surprise, in the next moment, the third-in-command cut the ropes binding them. It turned out the third-in-command had promised Lewis to protect the girls. So now, even at the risk of being killed by Melon, he had to keep the promise he had made. While everyone was thinking about how to deal with Melon's interrogation, they suddenly noticed a familiar pair of deer antlers. It turned out that Lewis had been investigating the Kenosis strength recently and had no choice but to enter the black market. The lions pursuing him soon blocked his path. Without any hesitation, the third-in-command directly pulled out his gun, because they had agreed that if Lewis ever entered the black market again, they would kill him without mercy. But it turned out to be a false alarm. Lewis had arrived at the time when his antlers were shedding. However, this gave both sides a way to save face. It was clear that in the third-in-command's heart, Lewis was still his chief. They immediately took Lewis back to the lion pride to treat his injuries. As for that pair of antlers, Lewis gave them to the brothers as a keepsake. Observing them, Lewis also noticed that his brothers were much more haggard than before. When he asked why, he learned that Melon had decreed they could only eat meat twice a month. If they dared to eat it even one more time, he would eliminate them on the spot. Lewis felt deep sympathy for them, but there was nothing he could do. At the same time, he also asked the lions about the Kenosis drink. The brothers exchanged looks, because the Kenosis drink was precisely the lion group's industry. Fortunately, at that moment, Melon returned and broke the tense atmosphere. To avoid being discovered by Melon, everyone quickly began cleaning up the scene. The third-in-command thoughtfully used his jacket to cover Lewis's scent. Just as Lewis managed to hide, Melon entered stylishly, carrying a box. But to everyone's shock, what it contained was none other than the body of one of their companions. It turned out that this was the one who had failed to guard the door properly that night, allowing Legosher and the old horse to sneak into the party. And when dinner time came, Melon was extremely displeased, because he had ordered that the serving girl be killed for his meal, but his subordinates had instead brought him rat meat to deceive him. This instantly sent Melon's temper soaring. In his eyes, those lions were nothing more than big cats, and what he chose to eat was not their decision to make. Moreover, he could smell the scent of another animal inside. Just as Lewis didn't know what to do, the curly-haired one unexpectedly admitted his mistake. However, he didn't expose Lewis, he only took out the shed antlers from earlier. He admitted that he had secretly gone to the black market to buy venison. According to Melon's usual temperament, he would normally have been eliminated on the spot, but considering the curly-haired one's sincere attitude, Melon spared him this time, on the condition that it never happen again. And thus, Lewis narrowly dodged a bullet. However, while hiding earlier, Lewis had already discovered the secret that the lion group was selling the Kenosis drink. This plunged him into deep thought. After all, if he continued investigating, it would eventually point to his own brothers.